everybody. This month is August. Even though it is almost halfway through August, I am going to do an August TBR. This month I have done a fair bit of reading so far already. It's the 10th of August and I've already read 3 books, so why not give myself the challenge to read more? Without further ado, let's just get into the August TBR. The first book in my August TBR pile is The Martian by Andy Weir. The Martian is about the main protagonist named Mark Watney, and he is one of the first people to walk on Mars with his crew. A wee dust storm forces his team to evacuate without him because he got caught up in the dust storm and they thought he had died in the storm, leaving him stranded on Mars to fend for himself. Mark is stranded on Mars with no connection to Earth, and he has to survive on this foreign country, and he has to try and make a connection to Earth without dying on this unknown planet. And he kind of has to try and figure out a way to get back to Earth before his final breath happens, and before he caves into this whole dying thing, because you can only live on a foreign planet for so long before you got no oxygen, you got nothing. I loved the movie to this, so I thought I would get the book out and read it, and I haven't read it yet, but now this month is the time to read the book, so that's what I'm going to do. The next book on my TBR pile is a book which I've had on my shelf since the end of last year, and it is The Book Thief by Markus Zusak. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong. It is about a character named Liesel, and this character finds a book next to her brother's grave. It's kind of like buried in the snow, and it kind of sets her off on this journey of loving books and all things to do with books. On accident, kind of ventures her into the path of thieving books, hence the title The Book Thief. Now Liesel becomes very involved with books and loves them so much and all things to do with words, and with the help of her foster father she learns to read. Good on her for giving this whole reading thing a go, because it's not easy if you're starting fresh. Liesel loves books to a very big extreme that she steals books from the mayor's wife's library and also Nazi book burnings, so she kind of steals them. I think it's as an attempt to keep them and make them not burned and disintegrate. I'll have to keep reading, or start reading, to figure that one all out. It sounds like an amazing book and I've heard great things about it, so I'm very excited to give it a read. Now the last book on my August TBR pile, I've actually started reading it, and it is Escape from Camp 14 by Blaine Harden. It is about North Korea's prison camps. These prison camps are visible on satellites, you can see them, but North Korea denies that any of these exist. And that got me kind of intrigued into books like these, because it's told from the perspective of people that have survived these, gotten out and made a new life. Nobody within the North Korean camps have been said to have gotten out and survived until Sin Dong Hook. I'm pretty sure I pronounced that wrong. I apologize in advance. He got out of this camp and he is, I think, the only one to be known to get out of these camps and survive. He escaped Camp 14, and it's kind of a retelling of his story and what the camp was like before he got out. It's kind of a book that shows his courage and survival within the camp. It spreads a lot of hope for those still within these camps. It kind of focuses on how he became the man he is today and what he's taken from these camps into who he is today, if that makes any sense. He's been living in one of the world's darkest places. He's escaped and he's made a new life from that. And even though he's got that within him, he has not really made that the biggest part of his life where he has made everything revolve around this kind of event. It's quite interesting to see how this progresses. I've started the book. I'm currently on chapter 3, which is 33 pages in, out of 197, so that's not too many pages. So I think I can definitely knock this out within August, and I'm very excited to finish it. These 3 books are the books that are on my TBR list for this month. We can kind of hope that I'm going to get through these, but I'm probably pretty much sure that I probably won't get through all of these because there's only like 20 days left, but we're gonna give it a good go. If you have your own August TBR pile, I'd love to know what that is, so let me know in the comments below what are on your TBR pile for August and what book you're mainly focusing on. I'll see you guys in the next time I upload.